7 silver sliding snakes.
Okay.
I'm good on the Bleasel. Hold on, I gotta think of an intro.
And welcome to the podcast.
Welcome back, YouTube and Patreon, to Eek's Shit-Ass Fucking Podcast. I am Alex Jones. This episode is brought to you by Scoundrel Time. So I told you guys last week I lost my baby. Not my literal child. I'm talking about, can I say it? Patricia Kate. Okay, I did it. That was wild. Okay, I didn't do it. We're going to cut that. We're going to bleep that out. I got my baby back.
I want my
life
baby
is
back,
good.
baby back.
What is it? Tomorrow is a month of sobriety, Cali sobriety. You can't use this in court because I'm playing a character. Cali sobriety. And yeah, this is a good time to say that this podcast is an artistic expression. This is an art piece. This is not my thoughts and opinions. These are not my real ideals. These are all created as an illusion to entertain you. So let's get to the stories about meth. We got big meth news in Georgia. I actually intentionally avoided this story when my dad called me and told me for podcast reasons. Then Carl sent it to me. I thought, what a confounding story this must be. So let's read through this and see what we got. I'm trying to move this as if I'm in control of it at all. Okay. We're learning technology. Over 2,300 pounds of meth found hidden in celery at Georgia farmers market. Interesting vegetable choice. Not a lot of smell on celery. Not a lot of smell on, what was it? This is meth? Meth. This is meth. Meth doesn't stink until you smoke it. Forest Park, Georgia. Celery. Let me get, hold on. Boom. Now we're in here. Now we are in here. Celery was used to conceal more than 2,000 pounds of methamphetamine that federal agents discovered in a truck at a farmer's market outside of Atlanta, Georgia. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration said. Okay, that's a farmer's market is a good place to have a lot of drugs. You got a lot of people coming and going, a lot of commerce happening, trucks in, trucks out. Hide a little meth and some celery. I don't hate the plot overall so far. Let's see how they got them. In what the DEA called one of the largest seizures of its kind, agents confiscated the drugs being delivered to the Atlanta State Farmers Market in Forest Park, authorities said at a Monday news conference. The agency had learned about the semi-trailer coming across the Mexican border, and agents tracked the drugs to the farmers market, said DEA special agent in charge, Robert Murphy. The drugs were found inside the truck. It'd be weird if they were outside the truck. Can you imagine that trafficking attempt? They pull up to the Mexican border and they just have all of the meth taped to the sides of the truck.
Like Cheech and Chong, like they made the truck out of the celery.
Yes, yeah. I like that he had to add that they found the drugs inside the truck, folks. Do not worry. The drugs were not outside the truck.
I love that he added, obviously we threw away the celery.
That was Big Produce, made them put that in there. Big Produce is a big sponsor of NBC,
Right.
Whoever they are, the San Fernando Kings. And this is the end of it. This was contained in in a cover load of celery. What's a cover load? I don't know. This was contained in a cover load of celery, Murphy said. It was hiding in the celery. Obviously, we threw away the celery. That didn't make it to the store. Okay, what are we trying? Okay, the cop's in on this. The cop is 100% in on this.
We threw away the celery.
He is in cahoots, certified cahoots with the farmers market as far as facilitating this whole thing. They let him in on the investigation, the fact that they tracked it from the border, so he's trying to have a hard stance on it. But he doesn't want this farmers market to go under, and you can tell, obviously, by him saying he blamed the meth for one. He didn't even blame the celery. He said the meth was hiding inside of the celery, as if the meth had burrowed itself in the celery and said to itself, "This is good. We'll get there." What are we doing? Of course we threw the celery away, dude. After reading that they found 2,300 pounds of meth, of literal meth in celery, the last thing that any rational or sane person, which really goes to show how the mental health crisis is in this country, no rational or sane person would think, oh, I wonder if they kept the celery. I wonder if they got reimbursed, though. I wonder if they got reimbursed. Do they have insurance on that celery?
Can I tell you something that I found very interesting? On the NBC News article, it's not until the very end that you find out that it was a Mexican citizen They say Mexican citizen at the very end. But if you go to the same story on
Fox.
Fox,
Illegal immigrant.
the second paragraph, Mexican cartel. Like right up top.
Why does NBC not tell us it's the Mexican cartel? They're so scared that we're going to hate Mexicans because of this, which is a stance that some people are definitely taking, that they're like burying the truth. Like if there's a legitimate cartel, a criminal syndicate, trafficking thousands of pounds of meth into the heartland of America, Atlanta, Georgia, home of the gays, home of the meth. If we have people destroying our great cities, why can't we tell people about it? Why do we have to cover this up? They call him a Mexican citizen. I like how Fox gets right to the point. They have Marjorie Taylor Greene writing these articles in the back. This fucking Marjorie.
No.
Marjorie.
No.
Chill. And so she was like, okay, cartel member.
Yeah.
Shit, we know what she means. We see you, bleach blonde, bad body bit. What was it? What? Hey, Fee, what was the Marjorie Taylor Greene insult? Bleach blonde, bad.
Bleach blonde, bad built, butch body.
Bleach blind bad bit. And that brings us to today's sponsor, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie has been supporting this podcast for a long time, since its inception. And yeah, we're going to have a logo put up on our intro and our outro for Marjorie starting this week. She is paying us handsomely to say this, I will say. And she also endorses all thoughts and opinions that are stated on this podcast. So thank you, Marjorie, you bad-built, bleach blonde, butch body bitch. We love you here at Eek Shitty Podcast. All right, here we got do we have the Fox article now? Can I get the real story? I want to know what these cartel members are doing to our country. This is why they don't want to do it, because they know Trump's going to build that fucking wall this time, and they don't want to let the people know how bad it is. They don't want to let people know that there's a waterfall of just drugs and contraband coming in the United States. My dad, he used to drive a truck, and he used to go across the border to pick up stuff, and he was I guess aware at the time of several trafficking operations where they were taking marijuana from Mexico and putting it in with produce, because he said there was like no border checks in the 70s. And he always said after 9/11, if you wanted to sneak a bomb into this country, you would just hide it in a bunch of cocaine as it came over the border, because there's so much comes in the country that you would guarantee to get the bomb in. Yeah, so here's the real story. Let's hear this. And this story was written by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah, and that says that at the top. A literal ton of meth was discovered. This is a serious podcast. A literal ton of meth was discovered smuggled in Celery before it arrived at an Atlanta farmer's market, according to Drug Enforcement Administration. It's straight to the point. It brings the feds into it. It lets you know we were on to this from the fucking start. That's why it's America's news channel.
Yeah, just note that the celery wasn't hiding in the meth wasn't hiding in the celery.
The meth was hiding inside of the celery.
The meth was smuggled in celery. Let's be for real.
The meth was outside the truck. Yeah. It was looking at the truck and it was sweating. And it was like, what do we do? Here come the federales. The federales. Here they come. And they did a Wile E. Coyote plot and hid inside of the celery. Diabolically. In a press conference held Monday, officials said that this seizure was the... Oh, I didn't read the second paragraph. Let's go in sequential order here from the top. According to Drug Enforcement Administration in Atlanta, the agency made a bust of a Mexican cartel planned methamphetamine drug drop-off at a Georgia farmer's market that the cops were in on. It doesn't say that part. In the press conference held Monday, officials said that this seizure was the largest in the history of the Atlanta division. 2,380 pounds. Does that match the other article of methamphetamine were ultimately discovered? Let's check this other article. 2,380. I think they tried to short stack us in the original article.
It just says more than 2,300.
More than 2,300. They don't want you to let you know it's on the better side.
That extra 80.
That's 80 pounds of meth.
Yeah.
That could fuel Spring Place for 9-10 hours.
That's a Filipino woman.
That's more than you can fit in an asshole. Okay. This is valuable.
That's a woman.
Yeah, 80 pounds is a meth lady. Oh, and if you're one of them and you're watching this, call me. Hey! If you're watching it, okay, I'm going to start over. That was aggressive.
Okay.
Hello. If you're watching this on YouTube, know that the entirety of this podcast can be viewed on Patreon for as little as $5 a month or $16 a day. Wait, that's not right. The math is wrong. One more time. Okay, don't cut it. Don't cut it. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, this whole podcast is available on Patreon for $5 a month, or 16 cents a day. You could feed an African child. You could give your money to me. Which one is going to make your life better? No African child has ever helped you do anything. Give me your money. The link is patreon.com/eatthefreak69, and that's for the ship I was on in the Navy, USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, not the sexual position, you fucking freaks. Back to the podcast.